Okay, I hope this is good. So today, I'm gonna talk about art, because art is cool, art is really good, and I want to talk specifically about creative influences in a couple ways. Because I think creative influence is important as an artist and just as a normal individual, just as anybody. I think creative influence is good, because I think of things like the music that I listen to. One of my favorite albums is right here, and yeah, this is a show and tell because I think it's cool. This is one of my favorite albums. I'm Easy to Find by The National. I listen to Young the Giant when I just need to kind of get some work done, because I've listened to it enough times and it's just pleasant background noise for me a lot of the time. And it's so worth it to just sit down and listen to the whole album straight through. I'm not gonna say that you should always listen to an album no skips, but I think the first time that you listen to an album, it deserves your attention to do a no skip. I was driving home from my brother's house. It was like a 2-hour drive, and I was listening to, he told me to listen to Delta by Mumford & Sons. Really good album. Say what you will about Mumford & Sons, there was another name for them that I just thought was really funny, because somebody was making a meme about it. Say what you will about them, I think that they have good stuff, and that album was really good, no skip, really good for no skips. Between the track Picture You and then Darkness Visible, and that sounds like a super awful, dismal song, and if that's what you're assuming, you're somewhat correct, because it's not pleasant, but it's not supposed to be. Art isn't always pleasant, but it spoke to me at that time, and it had a crazy impact on me. It was not just shivers, I was just holy fetch, audible. I actually spoke my reaction driving home alone in my car, because it was good. Kendrick Lamar helped me to realize that there were some things that I needed to fix or confront. Zach Bryan helped me identify that I have my own personal relationship with God. Strange, but I wouldn't have done that without Zach Bryan's music. I could just talk about music for this video. I'm not going to, though, because I want to talk about other things too, because there's so much on my mind. Tolkien is great. This is The Fellowship of the Ring. Dune by Frank Herbert. Moving on to cinema, Studio Ghibli. Amazing. Into the Spider-Verse. I have an appreciation for animation, and this was the whole team behind the Spider-Verse movies is fantastic. On the side of artists that I appreciate to the extent that I want to accomplish work on the same level of theirs. This is a shirt made by Michael Phipps. The work he does is really good. Casey Neistat. Yeah, I was watching his stuff a lot in high school. For one of my projects in my video editing class in high school, I totally ripped off his the intro that he was doing for his vlogs at the time. like I did a bad job, but I think it was good. Because it put me into the mindset of like I need to be doing things to a higher degree, and imitation is the highest form of flattery, I guess. Like I appreciated what he was doing, the kind of work that he was doing, enough to mimic it. And then there was also some stuff he did with just organization. I'm like, oh, I can do stuff like that. So at a certain point, it actually impacted my day-to-day life because I started organizing my shop or my tools or things like that a lot better just because I saw him doing it. Then eventually I found Van Neistat. Obviously, if you watch my other videos, you've seen that I was already watching his stuff. Helped me to see that I was like, yeah, I should just have my own style and figure out my own thing, but I do need to have a high level of production quality for what I'm doing. I'm not really there yet. I'm still learning, and that's the biggest reason that I'm doing this, is to learn. But I think he's great as well. I've had a lot of influences in that regard. And then add on top of that the influences I've had in my own life. I've been fortunate enough to be able to support like local artists. I've found these really cool mugs. I'm a sucker for handmade ceramics. If I go to a farmer's market and somebody's like, yeah, I made this last week, like, bro, I want that. I'm taking it home. And I've been fortunate enough to have friends and like people that I know just be fantastic artists. I had a really close friend make this for me. It's a little sketchbook. It's so nice that I have a hard time using it. But it's so cool. And that's another friend that I was fortunate enough to like get to know. And there are certain things that I do that I'm just like, yeah, I want to be doing it like them. I want to be working like them. Just like all kinds of people that I've been fortunate enough to meet and get to know and be close to, and to see how they work. And they're all different and intricate, and it's amazing to me. So, creative influence is important. It has its place. Toured the workshop of an artist that my dad went to college with, and it was fantastic. I wrote him a letter, sent it to him about 2 years ago, and then he sent a giant email back, which is more than he even needed to do. I appreciate it so much, because I printed it out and I put it on my wall like an old man. Creative influence. Creative influence is awesome. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all tomorrow.